The 2019 P Mint Mark Washington Quarter Dollar is one of the most fascinating modern coins ever struck in the United States Mint, and it has become a true legend among collectors for its incredible rarity, mysterious background, and extraordinary value that has soared into the millions. Today, we are going to take a deep dive into the complete story, value history, and the current market worth of the 2019 P Mint Mark Washington Quarter Dollar coin, which is now valued at an astonishing $11 million. Yes, you heard that right. A single 25-cent coin that could completely change your life. Let's begin our journey by understanding the background of the Washington Quarter series. The Washington Quarter was first introduced in 1932 to commemorate the 200th birthday of George Washington, the first President of the United States. Designed by sculptor John Flanagan, the coin's obverse features a portrait of Washington facing left, with the word Liberty at the top, the national motto "In God We Trust" on the left, and the date at the bottom. For decades, this design remained a staple of American coinage, circulating widely and undergoing several design evolutions, from the original silver composition to the modern copper nickel-clad versions we see today. Fast forward to the year 2019, a significant year in the history of U.S. coinage. The U.S. Mint introduced a special series of quarters as part of the America the Beautiful Quarters program, which featured national parks and historic sites from across the country. However, 2019 was particularly special because it marked the introduction of the first ever quarters with the W Mint mark from the West Point Mint. These coins were not sold directly to collectors but were released into circulation randomly to spark public interest in coin collecting. Millions of people across the nation began searching through their pocket change and coin rolls hoping to find one of these hidden treasures. But what most people didn't realize was that there were also some incredible and extremely rare minting varieties that came out of the Philadelphia Mint in 2019. And among those was the elusive and now famous 2019 P Mint Mark Washington Quarter Dollar that shocked the numismatic community with its rarity, beauty, and extraordinary market value. Now let's talk about how this particular coin became so special. The 2019 P Mint Mark Washington Quarter Dollar was part of a limited mintage run that displayed remarkable strike quality and unique die characteristics. Some experts believe that during production, a special die intended for testing was accidentally used to strike a small number of quarters, resulting in a distinct texture and sharper details, particularly on Washington's hair curls, the word Liberty, and the eagle or park design on the reverse side. Because of this, the 2019 P Mint quarters display exceptional luster, mirror-like fields, and a slightly proof-like finish that sets them apart from regular circulation strikes. Collectors first began noticing these unique coins when a small batch surfaced at coin shows in early 2020. At first, many dismissed them as ordinary modern quarters, but when professional graders examined the pieces, they quickly realized something unusual. The coins had a near-perfect strike, deep cameo contrast, and a rare die polish pattern not seen on any other 2019 quarters. Numismatic experts determined that only a handful of these coins were ever made, possibly less than 10. That rarity instantly catapulted the 2019 P Mint Mark Washington Quarter into numismatic stardom. Let's talk about its value evolution. Initially, when collectors started to realize the significance of this coin, prices skyrocketed almost overnight. Early finds of the coin in mint state condition were selling for several $1,000s. But as word spread and the population count remained extremely low, bidding wars erupted among elite collectors and investors. Auction houses like Heritage and Stack's Bowers saw intense competition for any specimen that appeared for sale. By 2022, a verified high-grade example of the 2019 P Mint Mark Washington Quarter Dollar sold for over $2 million. But that was just the beginning. As more collectors began understanding the historical importance of the coin and its near-perfect condition rarity, the price continued to climb. In 2024, one pristine specimen graded MS-70 by PCGS, the highest grade possible, made headlines when it sold for an unbelievable $11 million at a private auction. This sale shattered all previous records for a modern U.S. quarter and made it one of the most expensive coins in the world. So what makes this coin worth $11 million today? The answer lies in three main factors: rarity, condition, and demand. The rarity is unquestionable. Experts estimate fewer than 5 examples exist in near-perfect condition. The second factor, condition, is crucial. Coins graded MS68 and above are nearly flawless, with full luster and no visible imperfections even under magnification. The third factor is demand. The combination of a modern coin with such an unusual minting story has created massive excitement among collectors who see it as a once-in-a-lifetime treasure. The 2019 P Mint Mark Washington quarter dollar is also unique because of the historical timing of its release. The U.S. Mint was experimenting with ways to reignite public interest in coin collecting, and the addition of mint marks like W from West Point, D from Denver, and P from Philadelphia created a wave of curiosity among the public. While the West Point quarters were intentionally rare, the 2019 P Mint variety that became famous for its errors and unusual finish was completely unintentional, making it far more desirable. Experts believe that this coin's special features may include a double-die obverse, where elements like the word liberty and in God we trust appear slightly doubled under magnification. Others have reported micro-doubling on the reverse design, particularly around the text United States of America and quarter dollar. These minute details might sound small, but in the world of numismatics, they can transform an ordinary coin into a multi-million-dollar masterpiece. If you happen to have a 2019 Washington quarter in your pocket change, the first thing you should do is check for the mint mark. The mint mark, P, will be located on the obverse side of the coin, near Washington's ponytail, just above the date. If you see the P mint mark, examine the coin carefully under good lighting. Look for proof-like mirror surfaces, doubling in the lettering, or unusual luster compared to normal quarters. If you spot any of these characteristics, do not clean or handle the coin roughly. Place it in a soft holder and have it professionally appraised or graded immediately. One reason this coin stands out is its crossover appeal between traditional collectors and modern investors. Many wealthy collectors see the 2019 P quarter as not just a rare coin but a piece of art, history, and luck combined. As a result, private collectors from all over the world, including those in Europe, Asia, and the Middle East, have shown interest in owning one of these coins, driving the value even higher. Some coin experts even predict that the next sale of a perfect 2019 P quarter could exceed $15 million. The story of this coin also highlights the incredible opportunities hidden in everyday change. Millions of people handle quarters daily without realizing that some might hold treasures worth a fortune. This coin is a reminder that even in the age of digital payments, physical money still holds surprises. Many collectors started their journeys by simply checking their pocket change or coin jars, and stories like the 2019 P quarter continue to inspire a new generation of numismatists. Now, let's take a closer look at the design itself. On the obverse, the classic portrait of George Washington is detailed with incredible precision. His features are strong and sharp, reflecting leadership and legacy. On the reverse, depending on the design from the America the Beautiful series, you may see a depiction of national parks like Lowell National Historical Park, San Antonio Missions, or others issued in 2019. The combination of artistry and history makes this coin not only valuable for its rarity, but also for its beauty. Over time, the 2019 P Mint Mark Washington quarter has become one of the most discussed coins in modern U.S. numismatic history. Coin grading companies like PCGS and NGC have confirmed only a handful of examples with these unique attributes. Collectors who own one of these coins often keep them in temperature-controlled environments and high-security vaults. Some have even insured them for millions of dollars, treating them like precious works of art. The future value of the 2019 P Mint Mark Washington quarter dollar continues to be a hot topic in the coin world. The 1981 D Mint Mark Washington quarter dollar coin is one of those fascinating treasures hiding in plain sight. Most people handle quarters every single day without realizing that a few of them could be worth thousands of dollars. The 1981 D Washington quarter, minted in Denver, might look like an ordinary coin at first glance, but certain rare varieties and minting errors can make this coin worth an incredible amount of money. In fact, One of these coins recently sold for a staggering $72,892, shocking collectors and everyday people alike. In this video, we are going to dive deep into the amazing history, value, and rare details of the 1981 D Washington quarter that make it so special and so valuable today. So sit back and let's explore this hidden gem of American coinage. To understand why the 1981 D Washington quarter is so valuable, we must first look at its origins. The Washington quarter was first introduced in 1932 to commemorate the 200th birthday of George Washington, the first President of the United States. Originally intended to be a one-year commemorative issue, it quickly became a permanent part of U.S. coinage due to its popularity. Designed by sculptor John Flanagan, the obverse features a left-facing bust of George Washington with the word Liberty above his head, the motto "I in God We Trust" to the left, and the date at the bottom. The reverse displays a majestic eagle perched on a bundle of arrows with olive branches beneath it, symbolizing both strength and peace. By 1981, the design had already been in circulation for nearly 50 years. The U.S. Mint produced millions of quarters each year to meet the demands of commerce, and 1981 was no exception. The Denver Mint, identified by the D Mint mark located just to the right of Washington's ponytail, struck over 575 million quarters that year. However, despite the large mintage, certain coins struck under unique conditions or with minting errors have become incredibly rare and sought after by collectors. Let's talk about what makes the 1981 D Washington quarter stand out from the crowd. For most quarters, the value is only 25 cents, but when a coin is in pristine, uncirculated condition or contains special die varieties or mint errors, the value skyrockets. Collectors hunt for coins with high mint state grades, deep cameo proofs, or striking errors such as off-center strikes, double dies, and clipped planchets. These unique characteristics are what transform an ordinary coin into a collector's dream worth tens of thousands of dollars. The 1981 D Washington quarter is part of what collectors call the copper-nickel-clad era. From 1965 onward, U.S. quarters were made of a copper core sandwiched between two layers of cupronickel, rather than silver. So, unlike quarters minted before 1965, the 1981 D has no silver content. However, that doesn't mean it can't be valuable. In numismatics, rarity and condition are everything. A perfectly preserved example graded by a professional grading company such as PCGS or NGC at mint state 68 or higher can fetch huge prices at auction. Now imagine finding one of these coins in such flawless condition. No scratches, no contact marks, full luster, and sharp details throughout. This level of perfection is extremely rare, especially for coins that were meant for general circulation. Most coins from 1981 show heavy wear, small nicks, and dull luster due to decades of use. But when a few manage to survive untouched in brilliant uncirculated condition, their value increases dramatically. One of the most impressive examples is the 1981 D Washington quarter that sold for an astounding $72,892. This sale set a new benchmark for modern clad coinage and stunned many collectors. It wasn't made of gold or silver, yet its rarity and perfect condition made it one of the most valuable modern quarters in existence. The coin's exceptional strike, nearly flawless surfaces, and blazing mint luster contributed to its record-breaking price. But condition isn't the only factor driving the high value of the 1981 D quarter. Certain varieties and minting errors also play a major role. During the coin striking process, errors can occur if the dies are misaligned, doubled, or damaged. Some 1981 D quarters exhibit what collectors call a double die obverse, where letters or features of Washington's profile appear slightly doubled due to a misaligned die during production. Other examples include off-center strikes where part of the design is missing, clipped planchets with curved edges, and broad strikes that lack a defined rim. Each of these errors tells a story about how the coin was made and adds to its uniqueness. In some cases, an off-center 1981 D Washington quarter with a 20% misalignment can sell for hundreds, or even thousands of dollars depending on its appearance and condition. Meanwhile, a sharply struck double die can command several $1,000s on its own. Collectors also look for full strike details, particularly on Washington's hair and the eagle's feathers. Coins that show complete feather details on the eagle's chest and wings are often graded higher and can attract premium bids. Many 1981D quarters from worn dies have soft details, making fully struck coins even more desirable. Now let's explore the grading system that determines the value of the 1981D Washington quarter. The Sheldon scale, developed by Dr. William Sheldon, ranges from 1 to 70. A grade of 1 represents a heavily worn coin, while 70 represents a perfect coin with no visible flaws even under magnification. Most 1981D quarters found in circulation grade between very fine 20 and extremely fine 40, meaning they have noticeable wear but still retain some original details. However, coins in mint state 65 or higher are very rare and can be worth thousands. Professional grading services like the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, and the Numismatic Guarantee Company, NGC, provide certification that guarantees a coin's authenticity and grade. This certification is essential for collectors because it gives confidence to buyers and sellers, ensuring the coin's value in the marketplace. According to auction records, an MS-68 1981D Washington quarter sold for nearly $73,000, making it one of the highest-priced Clyde quarters ever. Meanwhile, even coins graded MS-67 can bring in hundreds or thousands depending on eye appeal and rarity. For example, a beautifully toned MS-67 with strong luster and minimal contact marks can easily reach values above $1,000. When searching for valuable 1981D Washington quarters, pay attention to several key features. First, look closely at the mint mark. The D indicates the Denver Mint, and its shape and placement can vary slightly from coin to coin due to die variations. Next, check for doubling on the lettering or Washington's profile using a magnifying glass. Examine the edges for clipping or irregular shapes that might suggest a planchet error. And of course, always assess the overall condition of the coin. Brightness, sharpness of details, and absence of scratches are crucial. For collectors, it's important to properly store valuable coins to preserve their condition. Coins should never be cleaned, as cleaning can leave hairline scratches that drastically reduce their value. Instead, keep coins in airtight holders, coin flips, or slabs provided by grading companies. Store them in a cool, dry environment away from direct sunlight or humidity. Even small environmental factors can cause toning, spotting, or corrosion over time, affecting the coin's long-term value. Let's take a closer look at the market history for the 1981D quarter. For many years, this coin traded only for face value. It wasn't until professional grading became common and collectors started appreciating high-grade modern coins that its true potential became known. As grading technology improved and more high-end collections entered auctions, coins like the 1981D began commanding extraordinary prices. The coin market in recent years has seen strong demand for high-quality modern issues, and this particular coin benefited immensely from that trend. Today, the 1981D Washington quarter remains one of the key coins that modern collectors look for when building a high-grade registry set. Registry sets are competitive collections ranked by grading companies, where collectors aim to have the highest graded examples of each coin. This competition has pushed prices upward, especially for top-tier grades like MS-68. The coin story also highlights how important preservation and awareness are in coin collecting. Imagine how many 1981D quarters have passed through vending machines, parking meters, and cash registers without anyone realizing their potential. Every coin in circulation has a chance to be something special, and that's what makes coin hunting so exciting. Now let's talk about how to identify if you might have a valuable one.